Good call on the hearing thing. You guys missed some amazing commentary, and right there, the TWO finding a way to get the win here tonight. Guys, remember, guys, remember, this is part 2, so if you haven't seen part 1, go back, check it out. Part 1 happened, had to go off the air, and then had a hot start. There was no starting screen, no nothing. We were back, had some technical difficulties apparently with the microphone, got those fixed, and now we are back and better than ever. So 3 matches left to go here tonight. 8-man tag still on the line. Women's tag and the women's world title. Very first TCW world title defense coming on Thursday Outbreak. Yeah, welcome back. What's going on, Mojo? Welcome back. Prime time. What is happening, my man? Vipero, welcome back to the stream, brother. Guys, remember, shoot them out right now. Shoot out the shares. Let people know we're back. We're better than ever. We're back in a big way. I've got to do the same thing right here. Sharing it out myself. So you can see Wolfpack getting ready to do some business in here tonight.
Did you know that
the following is a fatal 4-way tag team match and is for the Pro Wrestling Underground Tag Team Championship. Introducing first, at a combined weight of 513 pounds, the Pro Wrestling Non-Stop Champions, Angel and Raymond Jones, the Wolfpack.
So Wolfpack making their way down to the ring. This would be huge for them to get the win, but to get these 8-man tag team title belts.
First, at a combined weight of 480 pounds, the Pro Wrestling Underground Tag Team Champions, Palmer Boy and the Eagle Starman, the Four Horsemen.
But to get these belts back, they're going to have to go through these two right here. 2 former world champions now holding the 8-man tag titles. What is going on, Sped? Welcome back, brother. Sped, responsible for us hitting our goals, so there will be some bonus content coming. Probably not tomorrow. I don't know if I can do a very busy day tomorrow, but maybe on Sunday we can do something. We'll have to see how that goes. Actually, Sunday is also very busy. Daughter's birthday, so that's going to be busy as well. But we will actually start doing some deep dives into some things. Going to be very interesting. Be a very interesting podcast we have going on.
Making their way to the ring at a combined weight of 405 pounds, the Snake V. Pierre O. and Zack Hamilton, the Syndicate.
So we just saw the team of the Vipers losing the Universal Tag Team Championships, but then immediately here tonight getting a shot at the TCW Special Series 8-man Tag Team Championship title belts. 4 really, really good tag teams going at it in this match right here. And if you don't know, this is the only way to win the 8-man titles in an elimination 8-man tag team title match. What's going on, Eagle Star? Welcome to the stream. Sped, welcome back, brother. Is Frost in here?
At a combined weight of 612 pounds, the unpredictable Chilli and the Destroyer, Dino Dog, the NWO.
What is going on, Frost? Welcome to the stream, brother. Guys, too, the next episode is Friday night. TWC Wrestling, so keep an eye out for that. But Chilli and Digital Dogs get the Bay of Iffy fired up right now. The Bedazzled Jawboners, the group, the fan club of Digital Dogs, letting those jawbones go right now. Here we go, 8-man tag team title belts on the line right now. Yeah, Chilli had some moves where he was trying to fire him off and was way off range, way off target. So let's see if that changes here tonight. Move 1 off of the ropes for Chilli. Hits it, but Angel sees and kicks him right in the back of the head. But look, Digital, his tag partner, not finding that amusing. Taking on the Wolfpack right there. Chilli now back onto his feet and going after Angel. Chilli now whipping some people out. Eagle saying no thank you. Eagle trying to get after Vipero. Vipero jumping back in the ring, but Angel waiting on him. So lots of stuff going on. You can see Bama rolling out of the ring. And almost looking like was getting kind of doubled up on maybe a little bit, but Chilli comes out there taking on Zack Hamilton. And Bama and Chilli trying to get after it, but Robert Jones not allowing that to happen. Vipero taking the big guy down in the ring, the only 2 left in the ring. And Vipero giving it everything he's got before the big man gets back on his feet, and now you can tell he's pissed. And you don't want it to go down that way. What is going on, Atticus Blaq? Welcome to the stream. Lots of stuff going on here, and I'm really keeping an eye on Robert Jones, trying to see how that goes. Now, looking across this match, we have Angel, former world champion. We have Eagle Star, former world champion. Bama Boy, all 3 former world champions in this match. Now, again, we've talked about it throughout the entire episode. You would expect that Digital would be on that list. And he is hoping to be on that list as of this season, but so far unable to fulfill that goal of becoming the TCW World Champion. There's going to be another really, really interesting thing that happens here, and this was not a mistake in the booking. We've already seen Miss Nightmare take on Crimson to defend the hardcore title. But her and Alana D just beat the Gate Crashers for the TCW Women's World Tag Team titles as well. You are going to see Miss Nightmare tonight in the next match defend that with her tag team partner. Will she be able to do it? That is the question. What is going on, JP? Welcome to the stream. Now, Eagle Star trying to collect the bounty on Chilli. Did he get it done? One. And you can see, like, maybe the TWO paying off the refs a little bit. But the referee really slow counting that quite a bit. And Chilli able to kick out. And there you go. There's a little ditty by Robert Jones and Diane. They were just two American kids doing the best they can. Chilli now going for the pin. Referee in position, but not counting probably as fast as he should have. And getting that done. Wolfpack doing the things that they're doing. And Vipero gets the pin on Chilli. Wow, Vipero then gets the pin on Digital Dogs. So one group all the way out. Now, if you guys have ever seen this match, you know right now we're getting to the point because one whole team was eliminated where the next two pins are going to be vital. These next two pins, absolutely vital to how things go. Yeah, you did, Vipero. You eliminated the NW or the TWO all by yourself. And you might be wondering what I mean about the strategy of this, but on the next pin, we'll really be able to explain it a little bit. Now Robert Jones going for the pin. Oh, that had got to hurt. Bama taking it to Angel right there. Vipero trying to take it to the current champions. But right now really controlling everything that is over in that corner. Controlling not just Robert Jones, but Eagle Star. And Eagle's like, hey, I'm going to go back over here. Maybe try to get something else going. Played a little possum. Thought he was coming back to try to collect the bounty on Vipero. And now Eagle Star starting to control what is going on over in the corner. Zack Hamilton, so maybe Vipero and Zack absolutely pissed off about what is going on. Now, if you're the other two teams, you really want, and this is the strategy part of it, but you really, really want to eliminate one of the other team members. You don't want to eliminate Eagle Star. You want to eliminate another team member. So for them, you either want to eliminate one of the guys, Vipero or Zack Hamilton, or you want to eliminate one of the Wolfpack. But if you eliminate Eagle Star, you almost put the nail in the coffin for the next pin to win. And look at that throw. Angel, absolutely phenomenal throw. Zack Hamilton trying to set it up. Angel trying to set it up. Zack now going for the pin, but Angel right on top of it to get that broken up. So round and round the three of those guys go. It's getting ready to call a couple things, but it just wasn't working out. Robert Jones taking him down to the ground. And look, I think right at that point, the Wolfpack realized what was going on, where it puts them in a very precarious situation. Right now, for both teams, Eagle Star is like the safety net. But if Eagle Star gets eliminated and then a member from the other team gets eliminated, it becomes a 2-on-1 match. Eagle Star now doing his best to try to get somebody eliminated. Angel trying to eliminate Zach Hamilton. Can he get it done? So Angel pins Zack. Zack now out of the match. Now this is where Vipero and Eagle Star need to work together to get the member of the Wolfpack out. They don't need to be fighting each other, because otherwise, again, if the Wolfpack can eliminate another member, any other person in the match, it turns into a 2-on-1. They almost secure the victory. So Vipero and Eagle Star really need to stop fighting each other and start fighting the Wolfpack. They need to almost act as if they are a tag team themselves. I think the Wolfpack kind of understanding what's going on. And that is the finisher from Robert Jones. Rolls up the leg. 1, 2, 3. And now Vipero has got a 2-on-1. So shame on Vipero and Eagle Star for not recognizing the situation. But now it is almost all over but the crying. No matter what happens, the champions have been eliminated. And it looks like the Wolfpack will become your brand new 8-man tag team champions, unless somehow Vipero can do what nobody has ever done, come back and win this match 2-on-1. So that's kind of the risk you run in an 8-man tag match. You want to eliminate one person from every team. So when Vipero eliminated both members of the TWO, that kind of started things going down a bad path. It's still possible at that point, but started going down a bad path, and now you can see the path that he's on currently. And what an owie there. Robert Jones, an absolute beast. Throwing Vipero into the corner. Vipero now trying to come back, but look, Angel right on top of it, hits him with the steel steps and secures the 8-man tag team title belts.
Here are your winners, and the new Pro Wrestling Underground Tag Team Champions, Angel and Raymond Jones, the Wolfpack.
When I saw what Jakai had did and added Robert Jones to the Wolfpack, I said it. I said, these guys are on the up and up. These guys are on the way, possibly, to starting to become a real faction. Last season, the Wolfpack kind of had a little bit of a climb and then died off. Not really a threat to the factions overall, but this year just feels different. Now you got the corporate syndicate who has 8 wrestlers. You got the TWO who has 7 wrestlers. And again, it looks like they're trying to downsize. And now you've got the Wolfpack, a 3-man faction starting to rise up the ranks. They hold not only the survival title belt, not only the 8-man tag team title belt, but also the TCW World Championship. So we have seen earlier tonight, like we talked about before, we have seen Miss Nightmare wrestle already, but she is back to defend her other title belt. 2 title defenses in one night. She defended the hardcore title against Crimson, but did that take too much out of her? Now the TWO making their way down to the ring. We saw Kylee come down earlier helping out Cheyenne pick up the win in the very first match over Phoenix. That is back in part 1 of this episode. Again, if you guys are watching and this is the first part that you've seen, go back, watch part 1. What is going on? Logan Windsor, welcome to the stream. JD, welcome back. But these two have seen a lot of success. Will that success start to continue here in Season 7? Can they find a way to get these tag team title belts back around their waist? We saw one freaky entrance earlier tonight. We are about to see another one as Alana Davis and Miss Nightmare make their way down to the ring. The Faces of Fear hiding those faces at the beginning of their matches now. And look, we've said it. If you thought it was freaky seeing their faces, I'm a little more freaked out by not seeing their faces. Like, what kind of faces are they making underneath those hats? Hard to say, hard to say. And you can almost see it through there, but still just freaky. Yeah, I mean, overall, the problem, we've got 98 spots. Like, I don't know that we've got room for multiple people, but we'll definitely see. They can get their name on the list, have them join the Discord, and we will get their names on the list.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall and is for the Women's World Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers, the Grim Reaper, Mighty Watson, and the Crusher, Kyle E. Watson. The
Hey, where is your wrestler from, JT? What nationality is your wrestler?
The Necromancer, Anna, and Miss Nightmare, the Faces of Fear.
The Faces of Fear beating the Gatecrashers to win these title belts, but then putting them on the line in the next episode against members of the TWO. And both these tag teams being around for a minute or two, so I mean, we just seen Alana come back, and then Alana takes on Miss Nightmare. They have an amazing match and then end up forming a tag team in their very next match out together. And now, seeing a lot of success in the women's tag team division. And I would even say, like, so much success, in fact. So much success, in fact. They are the first tag team, and they did it all in the last season, to win these tag team title belts a record 4 times. Now, right behind them is Misti and Kylee, who have won them a record 3 times. So, you start looking at that. If Misti and Kylee can find a way to win them here again tonight, they will tie the Faces of Fear with most title wins. Indeed, indeed. Welcome back, Temple. This is why I need an engineer running things. So I cannot, like, pay attention to the other stuff. But guys, you guys can also go check out Temple's channel. He runs a very unique E-Federation. Go check it out. Might be right up your alley. And look, Misti going after Alana. Miss Nightmare, though, going. And this was the part where you got to wonder. We've already seen Miss Nightmare defend the hardcore title and against Crimson. So that was a really good match all in of itself. And that was only 3 matches ago. But now out here again with her tag team partner, Alana D, trying to defend the titles. Misti throwing her out, getting back in the ring. Misti getting fired up. Miss Nightmare getting back in the ring. Does Misti see it? She does. Almost looking like she used Alana as a distraction a little bit. Now the double team coming. I'll tell you one thing too I'm really enjoying in 2K25 is the tag team matches. They look a lot better overall. Hopefully they can not break them, and hopefully it can stay that way. But Misti and Kylee working very well in and out, in and out. And you can see that maybe what they're trying to do is save Kylee a little bit. We see tag teams do this from time to time. Miss Nightmare trying to get away. Misti, it looks like she's kind of gauging where she was at, but it was too far. Jumps down instead, almost perched up in that corner like Batman. Alana now going for the pin. Misti flipping it around, and Miss Nightmare there to break the whole thing up. Okay, good deal. Just making sure it was going one way or another way. What is going on, Matt Storm? Welcome to the stream. Because she's going to get a face scan. And need to make sure it's along the right lines. Yeah, what's super interesting is a lot of them should look a little bit different. I don't always get to marry up the same face scans. And sometimes newer and better ones come along, so. But yeah, it definitely looks different from last year. And thought we were going to have brand new women's tag team champions, but Alana able to kick out, trying to get back over to the corner. Blocks that from Misti. Misti blocks it from her. Little chin buster. DDT. And now taking it up to that second rope. Alana making her way back to her feet. And you can definitely tell Misti much more of a powerhouse this year. At least you can see it. Big boot to the face. Trying to get back over to the corner again. Looks like Alana is split open. Miss Nightmare, though, using Alana on the ground kind of as a shield. And now getting in there, getting to Misti. Remember, one of the most devastating moves, especially in any division, but especially in the women's division, is the Bone Crusher. And we might be seeing it right now. Oh, tried to put Misti in the Bone Crusher. Misti stops it and starts coming out swinging. Now Kylee getting in. Kylee, too, another powerhouse that you got to watch out for. If she gets rolling, Rot-Roast Skedios for you. But again, Misti really taken on a majority of this match so far. And we have seen tag teams employ this strategy. Will they be able to do it? So far, Misti being on a roll has made it a lot easier for them to do it. But will there be something going or not? Yeah, absolutely, Mojo. Matter of fact, we'll do Diamond's face scan as the bonus footage right after this stream. So stick around in the stream. I always do bonus footage after the show. I'll leave the microphone on and we will talk it through. It's a lot easier than you think. We'll even go on to community creations. I will show you how to do all of it. So guys, we don't just do wrestling here in the game. We do a lot of teaching. I have a lot of creator streams. I got a lot of things. Definitely worth a sub. Definitely worth turning on the bell notifications. All of that stuff is free. If you don't have a YouTube account, it is free. Create one. Sub to the channel. That way you see when we go live. Look at this. You see the different spots right now. Blood running down the face of Alana. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. And Misti grabs the rope, but I don't think the referee was going to see it. It's the first time we've ever seen the wrestler grab onto the rope and then didn't believe that the ref was going to see it, so kicked out. Now Misti getting fired up. And finally looking like she might be getting a breather right here. Kylee now tagged in. And I think Kylee plans on hanging out and sticking around for a little bit. And I say that, but look at this. Immediately goes right back and tags Misti back in. So Kylee, again, this has got to be a strategy that they're trying to employ. And there it is, Red's Redemption. Do we have new champions? Oh, Miss Nightmare. She knew what Red's Redemption meant. Was already coming in the ring. Now Kylee maybe setting up for the old Emerald Flosion. Picks up Alana, throws her up off her back. And we don't typically see this type of offense from Kylee, but went for it. Alana getting out of the way, and had she not got out of the way, it would have been over. No way you kick up out of that. And again, tagging Misti in, but what is this? And that is their finishing move now. Goes for the pin. 1, 2. And somehow Alana kicks out of not just Red's Redemption, but kicks out of the TWO's finishing move. What is going on, Milkman? Welcome to the stream, brother. This is another one, and I've said it before. I've said it about, there's about 5 or 6 wrestlers, but Milkman's another one who I think it's going to be the year of Digital Dogs. I think it's going to be the year of Crimson. I think it's going to be the year of Misti Watson, and I think it is going to be the year of Milkman. Milkman has been right on the cusp of some things, just not able to put like the finishing kiboshes on it, and I think this year, I think season 7 is the year Milk gets it done. We're going to see Digital Dogs as a world champion, and I think we're going to see Milkman also as a world champion. Alana now taking her off into the corner. Big overhand right, now whipping her back into the other corner. And you can still see the blood coming down. She thought she had something going. Kylee doing the old dip, dodge, dive, duck, dip, dodge, and duck, and dodge. And now Alana on the ground. And again, what is going on? She has 4 moves only that could go possibly off there. Only happened late in the match, but we are seeing it. No. Little bit too far out of range right there. Talking it up to the crowd, and this is where we're going to see. Does it pay off? Right now it is not paying off. Huge power bomb. But Kylee Watson has got to be the one right now with the most energy. Alana trying to fix that as we speak. And since the double team wasn't working now, Miss Nightmare gets in. Kylee rolls out, rolls back in. But Miss Nightmare single leg takedown. And okay, back into the... I thought we were going to see it again. I thought we were about to see the Bone Crusher to end the night. And this is their finishing move. And that splits Kylee open. Will she go for the pin? Hooks the leg. But Misti right there in the corner. But now, where we were saying Kylee probably the freshest wrestler in the ring, I don't believe we can say that anymore. I don't think any of them have got that much energy left. So it is going to come down to a mistake being made in this match or a double team being performed. Here we go again. Double team incoming, reversing it around. It didn't work the other way. Will it work this way? And I believe they just retained the TCW Women's World Tag Team title belts, but somehow she kicks out yet again. Are you kidding me? You can name your finishers for sure. I name finishing moves, so you can absolutely name them, and hopefully I'll start remembering them. That's the only risk we run, my memory. But if you shoot it to me on Discord, that's our best shot. I will put it in the thing. And look at this. Do you guys see the blood on the mat right now? That blood has got to be coming from Alana D. Alana D, part of the champions, currently holding the title belts. And that should show you what kind of a tag team match we are facing here right now. You want to see a championship tag team title match? This is exactly what you want to see. You want to see both teams being taken to the limit. And it makes sense now on why. You can even see the blood on Alana's chest. Starting to lose a lot of blood. Misti rolling out, trying to get out of the way of Alana. Now, I wouldn't want to be fighting him on the outside. That is no joke. Now remember, we got to say this. The tag team title belts cannot change hands on a countout. Misti fully understanding that. Misti and Kylee, 3-time World Tag Team Champions. Alana and Miss Nightmare, the same. Oh! Both women absolutely missing. Misti able to recover first. Thought she would go for the pin right here. Instead, gets right back up, going after the hand of Alana. Gets her tag partner tagged in, and you can see there's a little bit of blood too running down the left eye, the left forehead of Kylee Watson. Alana probably getting tough to see through the blood that is running down her face, and probably wants this match to end soon. Rolls her over, pushes the chin down. 2, 3, and somehow Alana overcomes.
Here are your winners, and still Women's World Tag Team Champions, Miss Nightmare and the Necromancer, Anna, the Faces of Fear.
So you could tell with Miss Nightmare fighting Crimson and defending the TCW Women's Hardcore title earlier on in the match, really just 2-3 matches ago. With that going down, Alana steps up in this match. I was wondering why Miss Nightmare wasn't more involved. But Alana really stepping up in this match, coming away, doing the work, and coming almost from behind. You can see the blood that it cost her, but coming from behind to get the win. Now, what's crazy, guys, again, this is part 2. You want to go back and you want to watch part 1, but already in this show here tonight, the last 3 matches have all been 5-star matches. Absolutely on another level has Outbreak been tonight. But now, the very first time all year that a TCW world title is going to be on the line, and it is the Women's World Championship. Ozzy putting that title belt on the line right now against Melinda. Melinda not wasting any time. We just saw she got the Universal World title shot, and now here tonight getting a shot again at another world title.
That is for the Women's World Championship.
What is going on, Beast? Welcome to the stream. So Ozzy holding the absolute record of any title defense record. Number 1, numero uno at 13, but currently on a run of 6 straight title defenses. So now she doesn't just own the number 1. She now also owns the number 2 and tied with Judge Chilli Justice at 5 for number 3. Can she continue to go after the record here tonight? Can she find a way to beat Melinda here tonight? You go back to last season, back to episode 90 of Fall Brawl. You saw these two ladies face off. Ozzy coming out on top. It was a 2 out of 3 falls match. She beat Melinda 2-0. Melinda then goes on a crazy streak with the television title and a crazy streak with the U.S. title. Is now coming back to face Ozzy in episode 6 of season 7. So when we say 2 legends, 2 icons of TCW are getting ready to meet in the ring, this is the match that we were talking about. Definitely do not want to change the dial here tonight. Both these women very, very capable. Very, very capable of coming out here with the win tonight. Very capable of squashing their opponents and very capable of putting on a 15, 20, 30-minute match. Will that go on here tonight? You look at the overall time between part 1 and part 2 has been running. We are already well over the normal allotted time slot that we get. But how is this one going to end?
Introducing the challenger from Boston, Massachusetts, indestructible Melissa Gutierrez. And her opponent from the Queen City, the Women's World Champion, the Legend Oxley.
Also, stick around after. It's going to sound like I'm signing off. But stick around afterwards. There will be bonus content footage, and it is going to be me putting on a face scan, helping you guys figure out how to do it. I'm going to show you the easiest way to do it. We're going to go from community creations to a wrestler and putting on a face scan. Everybody's like, oh, I don't know how to do the face. I'm going to show you how to do it, so stick around after the show for that. Look at these two already getting in the center of the ring and locking horns. Now, you look at the size of these wrestlers, and it looks like Melinda might be smaller than Ozzy, and she is, but only by a few pounds, maybe by some inches, but really only by a few pounds. Both women very equally matched, minus Ozzy having the slight height advantage over Melinda. And both of them really trying to lock it up, trying to show the other one who knows what and how knows who, and which one of them might know more about wrestling. Now, realize this, no matter what is going on, Ozzy, an absolute legend in TCW. You wonder why the women's division is so good. You look at the likes. Again, Ozzy, Cheyenne, Melinda, Heather, Crimson. Like, it's a who's who of E federations. Almost all of them. Well, all of them almost in the... Well, all of them, really. Got their start right here. Now, after the match last night with the Wednesday Night Wars, Melinda getting that shot at the Universal Women's World Champion against Liv, ends up beating Liv by countout, so she does not earn the Universal World title belt, and now getting another shot here tonight. So you look at the week Melinda has had as far as the matches, losing to Tony Jones, or to T. Jones, losing to, or winning Liv, but not gaining the belt, and now she is in a match here. So 3 out of 4 days fighting like the who's who of the women's division, not just in the TCW, but also in the WWE. So quite the week she is having right now. A lot of people calling people for groups, but Ozzy is not in a group. She's in a tag team, but she is not in a group, nor will she be. If Ozzy was in your group, Ozzy would be leading your group. That's who Ozzy is. Ozzy's more like the group destroyer, you know what I mean? It's like a one-woman wrecking. And I was like, oh my gosh, look at me bumping my gums. And then Ozzy trying to win right there. Melinda getting up. Looked like Ozzy was trying to end her night right there. But Melinda with a huge turnaround. Looking like she's calling for it, but is she? She is. It's the Fafo Slam. We might have a brand new women's champion, too. 3 And Melinda Gutierrez, for the first time, wins the TCW Women's World Championship.
Here is your winner, and new Women's World Champion, Indestructible Melinda Gutierrez.
When she lost the world title, or when she lost the U.S. title, I said it. I said, be careful what you wish for. Then she goes on and beats the Universal Women's Champion. Again, doesn't get the belt, but she beat her. And now picking up the win here tonight against Ozzy. Probably, of all the wins, this, the biggest of her career up to this point. So absolutely nuts. Can't even believe it. But guys, that is going to do it for us here. Remember, stick around for the bonus footage. But when you're out and about, you're doing the things out in the world, remember, people need a little bit of grace. People need to be shown the way. People need to be helped. And you could be that person. You could lead by example and not be one of the weak-minded buffoons that says dumb stuff like, well, they were mean to me, so I was mean to them. That's dumb. You heard it here first. It's just not the way to go. Don't give people the power over you to do stuff like that. They do not control your actions. You control your actions. So just because they're mean, I mean, maybe they need to be punched in the mouth. Maybe they don't. Maybe they need to be shown a better way. And then maybe once you show them the way, once you become a leader in your community, maybe then they will go out and show that same kindness. We've allowed the world to divide us. Now let's come back together and allow us to heal. Let the world come together, heal, and do the thing. If you get so worked up about a certain thing going on that it completely affects your life, stop. Nobody should have the power over you. I thought, to be fair, Biden was the dumbest president on the planet. I thought that was the dumbest pick. But I did not allow that to affect my life. If you think Trump is the dumbest person on the planet, don't allow that don't give him that kind of power over you. Go out, be a good steward, affect what you can affect, and do it well. Be a leader. That's what people are looking for. Come back together, and let's have a great time. But guys, from all of us here at the Totes My Goats Network, to all of you guys out there, let's be kind to one another. Let's show each other some grace, and I will catch all of you guys in the next one. Stick around for the bonus footage. We are going to be doing face scans, but for the rest of you, peace. And Rowdy, don't get me wrong, I'm all for eye too. I think if we had more eyes than eyes for an eye, but there'd be a lot less thieving going on in the world as well. Thieves are also dumb. Go out and get a job. You know what I mean? Get a job, work, stop being a victim. Work hard, do your thing. Yeah. Yep, it goes both ways. You know what I mean? All right, guys, I said there would be bonus footage. I normally don't have a microphone on when we're doing the bonus footage, but Mojo, I believe you're the one who had the question. Ask it, and we'll see if that's the road I'm going down right now. Ask the question about face scans, whoever had it. But here's what I'm saying. No matter who it is, it doesn't matter. If you like Trump, you like Biden, you like the Prime Minister of Britain, you like the Queen, you like the King, it doesn't matter. Just think about this. About half the people don't. About half the people do, and about half the people don't. You know what I mean? So, unless you're the Democratic Party right now, about 34% of people don't like, or 34% of people do like you. No, 29, 22. I think they're down to a 22% approval rating. Yeah, I was really hoping that common sense would return to the world. I'm not Democrat or Republican. I'm conservative, but I'm not, which you guys could have guessed, I was in the military. The majority of your military folks are typically going to be conservative. Not all, but a portion, right? A large portion. So, but we need both sides. Typically what I want is both sides to be so gridlocked they can stop screwing up the world. Like they can't get anything done. And they stop stealing from us. But that's neither here nor there. Let's get on to the thing. Let's check out the news real quick. Melinda won. I don't even know what that was, to be fair. That's some weird thing because, again, guys, I had to start everything over. So, R2K. Hey, Rowdy, I hope you're still here. I hope you're still here. I'm going to show you guys one more thing before we get on to the face scans. For those that missed it in the part 1 of this episode, let me show you guys the coolest thing on the planet. There will be no more where you can be like, well, I did this or I did that. Watch this. This is amazing. TWC Friday night will be our next episode. So there's a lot of people that are in the chat. But if you go in here now to edit a match, look at what it shows you. Do you see? Look at Anita T. 2 wins, 0 losses. Lexi Hart, 1 win, 2 losses. Tiffany Hart, 1 win, 1 loss. Now, Sid, once I restarted the thing, I redid the outcomes for the first 2 shows. It took so long, and I was trying to get this out. I just simulated some things, made sure there was no titles on the line, made sure the right people held the titles. But you can now see the win and loss record inside Universe Mode. Now, if you started your Universe Mode before patch 1.07, it won't do this. You have to completely redo your Universe Mode, restart everything back up, and then it starts tracking wins and losses. Yeah, absolutely crazy. So, pretty cool stuff. As you go through, see, look, as I go through, Kylee 0-3, 1-2, 0-2, 6-1 for Rebecca, 2-4, 2-2, 1-0, 1-0. So, yeah, pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff right there. Yeah, so it took me 12 hours now to recreate. So when I recreated it the first time, it took me 6 hours to recreate it. Because we're even further along, now it took me 12, 13 hours to recreate our Universe Mode. And I'm still missing a couple teams, but I had enough to get going. So, well, wins and losses matter for this reason. This is why I don't have a lot of 8-man matches. Wins and losses matter inside your Universe Mode, period. So if you didn't know why wins and losses matter, now they don't matter to our storylines. I get what you're saying, but they do matter for this reason. So let's go to Rebecca because we know she's 6-1, okay? So she's going to be a good example of this where we'll be able to see it. We come in here to Rebecca and we click on her. And look at the status effects. So the status effects, backing up their promises and confrontations and promos, put superstars at the top of their game, increasing specials, finishers, and applied each time the competitor wins 2 consecutive matches. So right now, she's got a stack of 3 in her special, finisher, defensive attributes for 4 weeks. So in the storyline, it doesn't matter. I totally get what you're saying. But in the actual universe, it does matter. Same thing with the power rankings. You come in here to the power rankings, Ozzy right now at 1. Look at this. If you're in the top 10 of the power rankings, and I don't mess with this, I let the game do this. The only fair way. This is because this is the Monday Night Wars, what it's looking at. But this is huge because this is how they'll get. If they're here on this one, and then they're here on a different one, and they're here on another one. So Ozzy, 3, Roman Reigns, 2, Witcher, a couple, Cody. Ooh, Jay Savage getting a boost, and that's to all attribute points. So that's a pretty cool deal right there. Now, you can back out of this, the overall thing there. Come in here to the roster, come in here to power rankings, and this is on this show. But look, on this one, it's all 0 for some reason. So for some reason on this show, it's 0 attribute points. So we need more wrestlers, which they are on the way. But they're 0. Oh, look at that. The brand new Jake Plague. God, he looks good. What's going on, Blaze? Welcome to the stream. Hey, did you ask the question, Mojo? Didn't you have the question about face scans? Because that's what this bonus footage is going to be about. Face scans. So when you guys are doing it, I'll see if Mojo asked the question. But this is how you do face scans. This is how you do face morphing. This is how you do face scans. If you ever wondered how you did it, this is how you do it. We're going to do it for JT Blitz's character right now. Step 1. This is how I find them. I go into community creations. This is dangerous. I go into community creations. We go into downloads. I come in here to signs and images. I'm on a PlayStation, but however you do this, I then go down. You can see down at the bottom, it says search. I hit the square. The categories, I take it off superstars, put it on signs and images. I come down here to hashtags and I put in face. Not face scan, I put in face. So we come in here, face. Hit start. Hit start again. And when you're looking for face scans, it's best to do this all at the same time. I'm going to show you something too, Blaze, in a second. But you come in here, you find face scans. You see, we've got these ones downloaded. Now, this year, when you're looking at the face scans, it's very important to see the positioning of their chin. So you see this one, his chin, higher up, it's very defined. That chin is very defined. If the chin is very defined, it cannot be like this one. It can't be towards the bottom. That one's not too bad. I'll find the one. Because it'll look like there's a line on your face. And you don't want that. These ones are blended very well. That one is not. See this one? It's got facial hair. Sometimes it's fine to have facial hair, guys. But it's got the facial hair. The chin's too close to the bottom, though. And it's fine to have facial hair if you're going to put a beard on the guy. See, this one looks like an amazing face scan. Look at the size of the lips on this face scan, though. This would be very hard to morph the face into. You're going to see why. Just keep that in mind. That would be very hard. I've tried multiple times. There should be one in these first few. I think it's this guy. Yeah, see? Look at this chin. Even though it seems blended, I tried to put this face on somebody. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. The chin being cut off isn't good. You could always, again, put a beard on somebody. See this one? It's too close to the bottom. So there are things, and you'll learn this as you do and as you go through. This one's really good. That one's blended in really, really well. And with the new update to, see this one? I think that, no, that one's actually, that's fine. So we're going through, we're looking at some different things. Let me just look. We're going to look at the first, and I'm just going to do it real. That one's actually very interesting. We're going to look at the first 10 pages and see if we can come up with something. And then I'm going to show you something. Let me show you something. Oh, this one might be the one. You might be the one. Okay, let's grab this one. We'll grab this one just in case. Yeah, like the Barbie cause. Like, if you're really going for an unrealistic look, yeah, by all means, you grab that. You can tell, and you can tell them because they're really super shiny. Hold on, page 6. We're going to look at the first 10 pages just to see if we can find something. And I've already got some. Yeah, you want to face scan more in the middle than the bottom. Like that one's fine, might even be too small. You'll see why here in a second when you start doing it. See the coloring on this one? That's another, like, if you don't want it to look realistic, go ahead and you just grab that one. That'll be a good one. This one, too photorealistic for what they did. That's another. It's like the Ken version of it. This might not be a bad one. Let's grab this real quick. I think that's going to be good. I'm just look at the last 2 pages. I said we go 10 pages in. And then I'm going to show Blaze something super quick. This one, ridiculous. I had to delete it. It says it's downloaded, but I had to delete it. It might still be there, but I should delete it. That one, though, isn't too bad. See how it's blended better? It's blended better on the sides. That's actually not too bad. And then page 10, just real quick. Bam, bam, bam. That's interesting, but we're not going to use it. This one, I would love to use this one, but the face is too far off. Like you'll see here in a second when we start this. Now, Blaze, this is something I just kind of learned. When I want to look, let me reset everything. So I want to look and I want to see like newer stuff, like newer signs and images. We used to be able to go and put in, most recent to see the changes, like whatever people have just uploaded. Now you can come in here to upload date and then less than a week. Now it's not the end all be all, but still, and you do get some of the naughty material, so I'm not going to go past that, but you're getting the stuff now only in the last week. So it's not just the stuff. Oh, that's pretty cool. So it's not just the stuff that is the most downloaded or trying to go to see the least downloaded. So, because that's also not what we want to do. But so yeah, this is kind of your most recent workaround. So now you're only seeing the stuff in the last 7 days. I do use a PC for streaming. Yep. I use Streamlabs. I mean, you still got to download OBS, but yeah, I use Streamlabs for sure. But that's why we can see all the different stuff and I can move around. Like I've got all these different scenes. I got about 15 different scenes in here that we can do. Okay, so we got our face scan. We've got our wrestler. So we come in here, and if you look, just to prove the point, if you look at every single one of my wrestlers, every single one of them has a face scan. Every single one. Even the ones with masks, a lot of times will have face scans. All the women, that's why they all look different. All the women have face scans. Every one of them looks different. There's some stuff that we're working on. That's where you see these down here. So working on these 4. But yeah, every single one of them has a face scan. So when you come into this, you will have a face scan. One way or the other. Now, This is a good one to do the face scan on. So we come in here. We see it. Now this is one of the more difficult, and you can tell by her nose. See how the nose right at the tip there puffs out? So it is one of the harder ones to do. We'll see if this one works. Not all the pictures work on there, and we might not even use, no, we'll keep that. We come in here, we come down to face photo capture. We have all these different face scans. You can tell right away, none of these faces are mine. None of these faces are yours. But this is how we do the face scan. So we have these two that we downloaded. That one is interesting for her. Not interesting. Kind of interesting, kind of interesting. Huh. Let's try this one. So the first thing you want to do not pay attention to the thing on the left. You have to come over here to the right, and what you're looking at is the eyes and the lips. You want to take the middle part of the lips and line that up. But look at this already. Look at the chin. The chin is too defined, but let's see what happens when we get it actually in here. So we got to raise it up because of the eyes and go slow. Okay, now we got a little bit more. Little bit more. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Now we want to look at how wide it is. And I kind of look at a couple different things. I want the eye part to go over, and then also at the eyelashes. So the dark part of the chin goes back up underneath the chin right here, right? So I'm like, okay, let's try it. The lips look good, nose looks off, eyes, and don't pay attention. We're not worried about the nose yet. And there's another little trick this year too that I've learned. Eyes aren't wide enough as far as the skull goes, but lips and eye height is lined up. So that's lined up. Obviously the nose is off, right? It's fine right now. First thing that I do before I get too deep into this is go in to skin color match. Now normally what I would do, and it's not as important unless your character is bald, is I'd look up on top of the head and look, that kind of looks like it blended right in. You can't see that line? And now you don't see that line. But on women it doesn't matter. But what does matter is underneath the chin. And whatever they did, I don't like it. Like I already am not a fan. And now look at this. I didn't even see it until just now. Now you can't see it. Look at that. Look at the line on the chest. This is part of it that I don't like. So right now you got to make that line go away. Right there, you can't see the line anymore. So no matter what we do, this is going to be it. Now, I would probably have already stopped by now, but we're not going to stop yet. I'm going to show you. Now we want to take the eyebrow and we just take these dots and take your time and don't pay attention over there. You see where it's at over there, right? Don't pay attention to that other like little thing. Look at it on the wrestler and realize it's going to look different in the game, but you want everything to line up here. And so, and it doesn't have to go all the way down and do all the things. It's lined up pretty good right there. So that's good. So when it's just overall highlighted blue, look, you move the whole eyebrow, you move the whole thing. It's changing your skull structure though, so be careful, and then we can get into a little bit more. So I pull it out, I pull this up, and then I pull this out a little bit so it's going down. We don't need it to be perfect on both sides, otherwise you start having, God, I forget what it's called, but it's where you know it's fake. So it being off a little bit on either side is fine. Now the nose. Now this is a big change in the nose feature. So I'm just going to bring it up for now. We're going to take this. This part of the nose has to come out more. This part of the nose has to come out to about there. So the nose overall needs to move. Oh, okay. Move over a little bit. Then we bring this back out. You can see right there where it starts to clip a little bit. And so you're like, yep, that's right there. And then this one, bring it up just a little bit. Out. And it's just barely clipping, so that's perfect. And so you can see both the nostrils a little bit off, right? It's fine. It's actually good. Now I take the overall nose, and it used to be you would get it to right where it starts to get black and you'd pull it up. But you can see there's kind of a problem. Now from a distance, it's fine. Now you want to pull it up and let the black come up just a little bit, because now, if you look at it, now that looks fine. Because now it's almost used just like shading is. Okay, let's get back up to the eyes real quick. This is how we fix the eyes. We bring the eye, we're going to bring this one over. Eye comes down. I'm going to click on this. I'm going to give it just a couple clicks. 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. I already hit that once, so 2. So the eye looks a lot better. The only thing that we're really worried about is lining up so that the eye doesn't show the actual eye of the wrestler, even when she blinks, like you wouldn't even notice it. Because with women, there's some neat stuff that we can use to hide the eyes. So kind of have the eyes dialed in there a little bit. That looks fine. The lip, now you look at the top of the lip. I try to find the real top of the lip, and bam, it is right there. The middle. In the middle parts of these lips, this is the most important thing you're going to do. I'm going to pull that. I'm going to bring these down a little bit. I'm going to pull this out. See how it's in like this? I want to pull it out to wherever the bend in the lip is. I want to line it up, which I come down and pull it out. There we go. That's good. I'm going to pull this part of the lip up a little bit. This part of the lip up a little bit. It's too far. And now the corners of the mouth, bring it in and line it up with the corner of the mouth. Bring it in, lined up. Pretty good there. So now I'm going to test it. We're going to back out of this. And now we're in. And now look at the difference. Because of the hair, because of the eye makeup, it covers a lot of that stuff up. But now we can do something even cooler. So we go into the caw now. Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea who the face scan is. Right now it's going to be Diamond. It's Diamond's face scan now. But we go in here now to appearance, and with this particular one, with some of them you can do it, but look, the lips don't line up right with the lipstick. So guess what we don't want? Lipstick. Oh, but now look at that. She already had lipstick in the face scan, so that doesn't look too bad. And again, you can see the eyes a little bit off, so I use the eye makeup right here. We would probably go in and use a different one. We want something that's going to be yeah. Something that goes around the whole eye. So let's back off just a little bit. And if we don't want it to be white, it doesn't have to be. Like, it can be any color we want. See, they've got all kinds of different little things in here that you can play around with. And typically, I don't like it like super light or the super dark. So we get in there. Now, this particular one, once you make it black like that, not a fan, but look at what it looks like at a little bit of a distance. Now that looks fine. The nose looks good. The hair, the way the hair is, looks fine. While we're in here, the next thing, never do this with your tattoos. See how the tattoos are embossed into the skin? You don't want to do embossing the tattoos in the skin. Now, it would be interesting if you're going to emboss something into the skin, like you wanted to use it as a like skin, like formality or deformation, you could do that. You know what I mean? Go colorless and then you do the thing. But I wouldn't do that. So if it was me and we were going to come in here and fix like some of the stuff, I would get rid of this. I would get rid of this real quick. And now we go right back in. You look at the left arm. Part of the reason I delete those anyways because I already have those in there. But here's the problem with using a wall tattoo. You cannot line it up with the body. Here's what I mean. So look, we come in here, image placement, bam, right? Perfect. But do you see the hard line right there? There's no way to line that up to make it look like it was one continuous tattoo. Then, if you were going to use this, you would want to take your opacity and take it way down. That looks a lot more like a tattoo. Probably right around like 217. Looks like a lot more like a tattoo. But if we want skull tattoos, like we really wanted skull tattoos in there, here's what I would do. I wouldn't do the wall tattoo like this. I wouldn't do that on the body. I use that for title belts, to be fair. I would come in and do something like this. We're not going to use this one. There's another one. I'm going to find it. But if you look at this one, do you see how even though it's a wall tattoo, look at the edges. It's not a hard line. It still wraps around the entire arm. It still does the entire thing, but it's not a hard line. That's what you want. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. You want them to look like that. So what that looks like is something like, I got a few of these, like that right there. There's another one right there. It's not the one we're looking for, though. I'm going to find the one we're looking for. And then show you what we are going to do. This. So this is another wall tattoo. But look at this. We've got the skulls. And as long as we don't go over that line, we're fine. So for her, I would come in with this. I would take the opacity down. Because it's too dark. You don't want a dark black like that. That's not believable. This is why it's going to take me 6, 7, 8 hours to fix all of my tattoos. You want it a little bit faded. There we go. So 218. See, I said 217. So we're very close on that. And now, the nice thing is, we don't even have to get crazy with it. Come over here to the right. This is actually working this year. And hit that again. But I'm still going to go in, and I'm still going to image placement this. And I'm just going to, so it doesn't look the same. Look, now it looks different. You have this, and now you have this. Doesn't even look the same. Looks different. Looks good from the back, though. Now, yeah, that looks good. Now, to keep the theme going, what's going on, Miguel? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, which don't get me wrong, I find the shape interesting for sure. With the back tattoo, I'm probably going to go with the same one because she's trying to get tattoos completely covering her body, right? No, I'm not going to do the same one. We're going to do this one. Because it's very similar. They did something too with the speed at which all this stuff goes downtown. Oh, that's perfect. And now we're going to come in here, opacity. It's probably going to be, again, around 218. That's what that one was. And now look, it looks like tattoos. It looks like these, like she came in and she's just like, whatevs on the tattoos. We're going to get tattoos everywhere. So not too bad. And then here typically is the problem with the front. People normally, they would do this on the back. They would do this on the arms. But they wouldn't do it that way on the front. You know what I mean? But let's just see. Let's just see what it looks like. Now we can come in here again. Images. Custom images. Got to bring it in first before we can take it out. Oh. Okay. There we go. So that doesn't look too bad. Now we can take the opacity down again. $218. Seems to be matching up pretty good on all of them. And now if we wanted to do any kind of filler, we could fill in single tattoos, and this is normally why I've got a couple of these different tattoos. Yeah, and it might work for her. Okay, let's go to another body tattoo. We no longer want these big, like, overall bodies, overall tattoos like this. Now we want to find maybe this one. Let's see. Okay, there it is. Whatever they did too, they increased the sensitivity of... Oh. There we go. They increase the sensitivity of the controller. Now see right here how we don't have it, like it's barely touching that. It's barely touching the stuff on the back. We don't know because the hair covers this up, so it's fine. That's what you want. You don't want things to hard cross, otherwise it makes it look like shit. Now you go in the opacity. Now this one, because it's not, I don't think we're going to have to go down that far to match this up. Maybe we are. No, see, like we're getting really close right there. A little bit more. So 224 on that, I think, is where that should be. I like how this tattoo is running up her neck a little bit. See how it's running up there a little bit? And now we want one more like little thing to really bring it home on the other side. I think, to be fair, I don't know. Maybe we could put something under there, but I don't know. I think right now that, and then if you look at this one coming up, this would be funny. They're putting the tattoos in a very weird spot now too. Yeah, I like that. I like the idea of that. So bring it down. This is another one, I think. Yeah, I think 224. I think that's where it matches up at. The shoes are phenomenal. Now, but the problem, like, that I've got with the outfit is if you look at the materials, like either that has got to be metallic, like it is, or that's got to be metallic. Like having one metallic and one not just looks like she doesn't know how to dress. You know what I mean? Like she just somehow forgot. And then the other part is if she is a cartel boss, I don't think a cartel boss is going to dress quite like that. So what I would do if it was me, let's take this, let's make this red. But not metallic. Let's really look at this top. Hold on, let's back out real quick. Let's back all the way back out. Now we're getting deeper than I thought we would do. But hey, huge bonus footage here today, right? Body 6'1", 160. Large, so that all matches up. Okay. Okay. So back into the attire, cartel boss is what you're going for. Cartel boss. So here, what we would do, I would come in here, and this is a little trick you guys can do with headbands. Come in here, find designs, go down to the square design, hit that, image placement, change it. You see how you got that line right there? Follow it around, get it into the back. Now you can't see it. Go into material, make it whatever material you want. In this case, it's going to be leather. Color, it's going to be black. It's going to go with kind of that black and that gold cartel boss, you know. And then looking now, upper body. I would leave the hands the same way, but I would come in here, since she is this strong, and give her some of this, except the material would want to be leather instead of rubber. So it's got that darker sheen to it. Go back in here to this one, copy that. She's a cartel boss, and if that's what she's doing, she better get better at her job or find a way to get her nails done at some point. So for the color, I think the color there should be black. I don't get the yellow, but we will put a little bit of red in there. I think that's good. Nails, copy that over. Okay. Don't think we need anything else there. And then for the bottoms, so a couple different ways you can kind of go with this. If she wasn't going to do a lot of fighting, I would be putting her in kind of a skirt like that. If she is going to be doing a lot of fighting, and she is, she's going to be a wrestler. I would do this. Let's get the color down real quick. Now we come in here, material. Obviously leather. Carbon fiber to change it up. That, and then of course this would also then be metallic. We would probably change part of this, that's silver, but everything else. So now the buckle is going to have to be the gold color. There we go. Matches the rest of the outfit. And then our boots. That'd be crazy. You'd kill somebody in those boots. Probably go with like a higher boot like that that also covers up. Let's see, that's got to be leather. This is the way to really, this here we would want rubber. This is, but, and I think this is where people mess things up. By changing just this simple thing and then this leather. But by just changing this up a little bit, changing the textures up a little bit, that's why the costs show up a lot differently. And now I think we've got something we can really work with. Now, later on, we can come in here and then we can go in here to like add a new image. And you can find out. You too, Rowdy. Really appreciate you stopping by, brother. But you can figure out a way to like put something else in here to where it goes in with that cartel scene. You know what I mean? Like, who knows what it is. And I don't think people do this enough. Look at this image right here. If we were going to use it, we're not. But if we were going to, people come in here and they want to use the image like this. But what if we use the image like this? We didn't want the whole image. We only wanted a piece of the image. And we used it that way. And that's the part I don't think people, or we just wanted that piece of the image. Because that fits whatever it is we're doing. Now, the next thing, I just saw something. When you come in here and you use this stuff, material, metallic. So that's what that would be, more than likely, right? Now it's super dark, so we want it to be a little bit lighter. Come in here, and that's what gives you that silver look. So now that kind of stands out and pops a little bit more. You can then come in and do something like, because now we can like kind of stack things on. If it was me, I would come in here, not the center one, but that one right there, just because she's got those piercings right there. So now let's get in here and do that. Material, two different materials, silver and gold is what we're going to make this, but they both have to be metallic first. So let's make them metallic, accept, and then the color, doesn't matter which one. Bam, that one's gold. Good to go. So when we talk about like totesifying a character, that is what I'm talking about. A lot more that's just the look of the character. A lot more goes into it than just that, but that is the start of the totesification. So let's go in here and look at something real quick. I like that you want her booed. Not enough people use the boos. And then every one of our characters gets this. So let's find that real quick. Where is it? And I don't even think we have a person standing in that stance, so I'm excited for that. Where are you? Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Last thing we're going to do. Then I'll go check out the movesets and do all the other stuff, but so I always like coming in here to make them different as we set everything. Now look. Look, she's pistols right there. Pew, pew. But find a different way for them to hold their hands. And this is another thing that's going to set you out and apart from other cause, like when they're, look, double thumbs right there. Actually, I kind of like that. But it's too much like the other one. One closed, one open. There we go. And then set the face. This is really going to set the tone. Look. Oh, she is mad. But you can really change the way your character looks above other people. Like that one right there. So now you're good to go. Make sure you always set these. This is very good. This is what sets your wrestler apart from others. If you put on side plates, I take them off. What's going on, JW? Now, normally the show's going on. We're in bonus time right now. We've gone way longer than we normally do in bonus time, but we just completely recreated a character, kind of gave her the totesification. Now, where's JT at? JT, what do you think? You like it better? You don't like it? But you can see, I kind of think now this looks like if she was going to step in the ring, kind of like your character saying a cartel boss. Nothing like, this is straight up like, hey, she's got money and she knows how to use it. You know what I mean? That will also, like, we'll change that as well. Also, guys, when you're in here, if you want her doing a lot of combos, I usually am 50-50. It depends on what it is. And then you move it right down here to the middle. Move these to the middle, and now you really start setting up some stuff. Like, I go low on this. Because she's so big, she's not going to be doing a lot of light strikes, right? She's going to be doing more heavy strikes. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to set her heavy strikes there. She's not going to be doing a lot of light grapples. She is going to be doing heavy grappling. And we're heavily grappled in this. Ground strikes way down. Bring that down to 40. Bring this up to 50. Environmental strikes, usually around 75. This, I normally up around 80. Dive tendencies. You see how many times our people dive? Hardly anybody's dive is above 20. Like, and you see how often they dive. So that's really controlled in a different area, but you want to bring back these tendencies. What's going on, Witcher? Welcome to the stream. But this is just another part. If you're trying to set, this is part of your cause personality. There are 7 different layers. This is why it takes 6 to 7 hours for me to create a single caw. That's why I have over 300, probably 40 hours now in the game. Limb targeting. It's kind of what you want, but typically heavy people don't do that. Running tendencies all down between 30 and 35. Dodging, she's a heavyweight. Typically not dodging. Weapon usage, this is why you see our people going after weapons all the time. 80. And table usage, every one of our caws is at 100. The possum attack and pin, she's a heavyweight, doesn't really do that. Bring that down. I don't want a bunch of instant recoveries, but she is a heavyweight. They are more likely to do it. But I want to give her something else to do, like escape the ring, and then pin combos for her. We'll turn those up. So there's little things. I will change all these. I got to look at what our normal heavyweights do. There's a range, and then I set them to that range inside there. What's going on, Brian? Man, I haven't seen you in a minute. Welcome to the stream, brother. Yeah, Witcher sister. Welcome to the stream. Did it leave that thing? Oh my gosh. Let's go back in here real quick. Didn't realize I left that piece in there. Let's go to the head because I don't want it on there. Clothing, headgear. That is gone. There we go. Not married to the hair color. Let me show you guys something real quick on hair, and then I swear we're getting out of here. When you come in here to the hair, this is what I do. You want her hair to be brown, right? Or black or brown or somewhere in there. I come in here and I click on apparently whatever. I click on whatever. We get into the color picker and we start changing things up. But I want to look like too dark. Even at black, like if I was going black, I would come over here and we would start bumping this up to where we could start to see the details of the hair. Now that's obviously gray, right? So we don't want it gray, but We don't want it this color. That doesn't work. That's dumb. You got to get in here and play with this a little bit. Okay? So, but I come in here, and here's brown as an example. And really, you guys should be down in this spectrum right here for the most part. This is what kind of brings out some other things. Now, a couple different things you can do with this. Check this out. I'm going to go and make this hair very light brown. Bam. Very light brown, right? But I don't want that to be your hair color. I come in here now to the dye color, click on it, and I want it to be this color. But watch what'll happen if I dye her hair. Big thing, I stay far away. I just start coloring her hair this other color. One, look at that color. Seems to be a lot more realistic of a color. Doesn't have to be perfect. Again, a lot of people think the problem with perfect is it doesn't look real. Leave some of that off there. Come up here. And like, I get it's an extra step and it takes a little bit longer, but again, if you're looking at my cause and you're like, oh my God, his cause are so much better than mine, I'm showing you how. I'm showing you the how right now. This little extra step right here, this makes a huge difference in the ring. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Leave that little piece going right there. Even trying to get it kind of around that little piece and not really hit it, like leave that hair color alone right there. Now look, you can see there's little pieces in her hair that aren't the same. Hold on, let me get a little. Yeah, like it. So anyway, guys, that is what you want to do when you're creating the call. That's kind of, we took it from looking one way, now it looks a completely different way. And looks like it can appear on a Totes My Goat show. Now, you can always take logos, you could take whatever, you can get them dialed in. You could put logos like on the knee pads right there. You can put logos on the top, on the pants, on the headband, wherever you want to put them. That's how I do it. If you wanted, you could even throw in a couple tattoos right there. I don't think it's needed, but you could do it. So that is what we do. So, well, and I felt like I kind of needed to make up for a little bit because I had to run off. I hate it. I hate it when I have to do that, but we had to do it. But yeah, now you guys can kind of see some of the stuff, and that's just the looks of the car, and that's not even the entrance attire. That is just the attire of the car, getting the face scan right, getting that stuff, and that is how you do it. You don't need it like personal face scans. Just pick a face scan, put it on the character, match the skin tone, get the things lined up. I watch so many people not line anything up, and that's a problem. You know what I mean? Line it up. If you want to look at something real quick, yeah, I was wrong. 356 hours I have in this game. And we've only done 7 episodes. So most of that time, all but about 25 hours has gone into the creation of what we've been doing. Yeah, I mean, I can figure something out. I don't typically make logos, but I can find something and we can figure it out. I change outfits of all the cause as we go through the year. So they're not going to look one way. They're going to look all kinds of ways. Some kind of keep their thing, but most of the time we change it going through. So anyway, I mean, don't get me wrong. I didn't even think you were going to be in the universe for a couple months. And look, here we are because of a glitch in the game. Unable to upload cause right now. So kind of snuck in the back door on that, which, hey, good to have you here. So you've been in the chat. You've been doing the things. Love to see it. You've been a part of the community. Love to see that. But guys, again, we've gone into double, triple overtime. So going to jump off here for now. But remember, subscribe if you're new. Turn on the bell notification to miss any time we go live. Share the video. All of that stuff is free. All of it's free throughout the entire month of April. So go on. If you don't have an account, you guys would be surprised how many people watch this show that aren't subscribed to the channel. 82% of the people who watch this show are not subscribed to the channel. And I got to believe that's because maybe you think YouTube costs money. It doesn't. Create an account for free. Then you can subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell notifications, and then you'll know anytime we go live. The links have been going up and down here. Jump up into the links, get into our Discord, do stuff. We've got over 90 people, approaching 100 people now in the Discord, which is huge. Huge. And get that going as well. I do stuff on TikTok. I do stuff on X. I do stuff on in other places too. Kind of looking at doing some stuff on Rumble if things don't increase, if things don't pick up. So we're doing things all over the place. So get involved in the community. You guys are what makes it grow. I appreciate all your guys' effort, and I will catch all of you in the next one. What is going on, Dubs? You made it just in time. Welcome to the stream, and peace.